Hey guys, Ryan here. It's really late. It's like 4 in the morning right now, and I couldn't help myself but review this movie that I haven't seen in years, and I came across it on Comedy Central. It's late at night, and surprisingly they played The Girl Next Door. And this movie I haven't seen in years, and I remember how appreciated or underappreciated this movie was. I appreciated this movie, that's what I meant. But this movie wasn't really talked about that much, and it was kind of just passed on. Now, before I start talking about the movie, I want to get through how I actually feel about this movie. Okay, so there are two types of high school movies out there. There are the teen romance ones, and with the problem with those ones are that they focus too largely on the two main characters to where they make the rest of the story feel bland. And you know what? Sometimes even the two characters that they're focused on are bland as well. You know, because they didn't really focus on what they wanted the movie to be. They just wanted to be something that they'll make money off of by getting a bunch of, mid-aged teens to go see it with their, loves, like boyfriend and girlfriends. And now you have the second type, which is the raunchy comedy ones. Now these ones, they don't always turn out bad, but sometimes if they want to get a movie to be taken seriously, you can't do that with those ones. I mean, yes, it's a comedy, but you have to have a point in your movies. And sometimes the points are so ridiculous to where you're like, this movie, no, don't do that. Like, for American Pie, for example, okay, don't hate me for this, I like that movie, but pretty much all it is just a bunch of high school kids wanting to get laid before they graduate. Now, The Girls Next Door changed the formula and created number 3, and that was a combination of both, but without being too ridiculous. And Luke Greenfield, he did that in such a great way, and he made these characters, likable. And not just the two main characters that are the love interest, all the side characters. They got witty writing in the movie, they got great casting. I could not see these characters being played by any other actors. Now, the story goes, it's senior year, everyone's graduating, everyone's going crazy. And now they're all writing down for the yearbooks what they'll always remember. Now we go to the main character, Matthew Kidman, and he doesn't really have anything to write down for that category. And he thinks about it to himself, and he's like, wow, I've been living my whole life like I want to reach something. Like, what I'll do in my life will impact my future, so therefore I have to take life seriously. He's one of those kind of characters. But he wants something to remember. He doesn't want to feel left out. He doesn't want to be the only one who has that whole section in the yearbook blank. Now, then this starts kicking off the story when a new neighbor comes in who is an attractive female played by Alicia Cuthbert, whose name is Danielle. And he takes attention to her. He ends up peeking on her when she's undressing, and she ends up spotting him, and they end up having all these... They end up confronting each other, and they're such a perfect match for each other. And the story continues, and he shows Danielle to his two best friends, Eli and Klitz, with a K. And Eli shows Matthew something. I'm not going to say what. I don't want to spoil that for you guys, but it changes his view on Danielle, and this changes the movie like crazy, and Matthew's head's spinning, and he wants to get what he wanted through high school done, but with her in here, it changes his whole perspective completely on life, and he learns a valuable lesson, and this movie teaches the viewer a valuable lesson as well. That's what I feel like high school movies lack, is a point. And this movie has one, and it's a really good one too. And these characters are great, and they're perfect actors for them. I mean, Emile Hirsch and Alicia Cuthbert are probably my favorite movie couple of all time. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous, right? But they were perfect. They nailed this role, and I could tell that there was a connection. Usually actors are just like, oh yeah, I love you, I'm reading this off the script, but you can see it. Their eyes are beautiful eyes, oh my god. And this movie takes so many turns. It's a comedy, it's dramatic at times, it got really emotional in some parts too. Like, I was surprised the emotional tones it hit, and then you'll get a laugh right after that, kind of balance it out. And it didn't feel rushed, it didn't feel unplaced, it all felt right, it all felt like it was needed there, because it's a high school movie. And it's a really good setup, and it's a really good premise, which is what I feel that most movies need to take after this one. They need to go for genre number 3 in high school movies, and that's The Girl Next Door. Now, I know I'm just saying how much I love this movie, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys really need to see it. And it's a movie for everybody, but not for the whole family. Yeah, it's rated R for a reason. And I recommend seeing the unrated version. The theatrical version kind of cuts out some scenes that kind of add to the hilarity. So definitely check it out. I'm sure you'll be able to find it in stores, and if you're lazy and you want to get it online, just go on Netflix. I'm sure they have it. So I rate this movie, yes, this is RT Online's first 10 out of 10. Now, perfect score because it's great writing, great casting, great story, and just great humor. I mean, everything about this movie is great. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm glad I got to watch it again, because now I actually understand it. And, you know, I was laughing at the parts that I didn't even understand when I was younger. And it's great. Rewatching this movie was awesome, and I want to watch it again, you know. So, yeah. And I know if you guys like my Facebook page, later today, yeah, because it's really late right now, I'm going to be doing the Evil Dead reboot review. Yeah. I've recently watched the first 2 original Evil Dead movies just to prepare myself for this one, but I have a feeling it's not going to help. So I'm going to get my toilet paper ready and watch it and review it for you guys. So now I know that I've been saying to comment on my videos, but I haven't really given you guys anything to comment on. So here, I'll guide you through it a little bit. So what is your favorite movie couple of all time? And yeah, comment below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Mine, yeah, Matthew Kidman and Danielle from The Girl Next Door. Yes, perfect match. Perfect. And yeah, now, next review, Evil Dead. Time to die!